Greetings and love, family. Music Coast. You know it's the one and only Tuff Like Iron, and we are here at Reggae on the River. Just completing my performance here at the River stage. You know, it's a beautiful stage right here next to the river. It's a joy. You know, we had a great time, and we're here talking to Music Coast about the whole vibe.
Can you share how your Caribbean heritage and upbringing in New York City influenced your musical journey and led you to a reggae fusion?
You know, I'm from Brooklyn, and my father grew up in Trinidad, but he was born in St. Vincent. So growing up in Brooklyn in a Caribbean area, it's just like everybody was from different islands, but we kind of just have like one culture and one vibration. It's like a little melting pot of Caribbean culture. And then with the hip hop influence, with people like, you know, Notorious B.I.G. and those kind of people with Caribbean heritage, even Jay-Z, you know, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, these people are all of Caribbean descent. And so growing up in New York, you have like two sides. You have like your regular English American speaking side, and then you have your style where you talk with your people them. And you switch it up. And you have your slang them, and you have your, you know what I mean, your little flow, your little Caribbean pattern, and then you speak regular English when you need to, and you're talking to people and you gotta speak directly. So we got those two sides. That's how we grow up. Little bit of hip hop, little bit of super cat, you know what I mean? Little bit of Spanish music in there too, you know what I'm saying? Those dancehall songs from back in the day used to play in the bodega. I think they're from Panama. We can't remember the name of the artist, but you know what I mean? It all mixed up in there. My parents listened to a lot of reggae music, so I grew up listening to Black Uhuru and Bob Marley and Israel Vibration, and you know what I mean? Those things were so close to my heart. And then they had people like Shelly Thunder, and she was from New York and she was from Jamaica. You know what I mean? So that's how we got like this. It's natural. It's a natural progression. If you grow up in a Caribbean kind of environment in New York, you end up being kind of Jamaican. That's just how it is.
Your latest album, Unbreakable, is a testament to resilience. What personal experiences inspired the themes of strength and survival in this album?
Well, I have been through a lot of experiences as a young person that were challenging, you know, including growing up I was the only child, and then I've been on my own since I was 14 years old, taking care of myself. You know, I hadn't been living on my own in my first apartment since I was like 18. Before that, I lived with friends. I used to stay with different friends. I grew up in a domestic violence situation. So I had a stepfather who was very cruel, and you know, I got cut. He had to get stitches. I've been hospitalized more than one time due to this person. So as soon as I could, I wanted to get away from home and get away from this situation. So I went to boarding school, and I lived at the school, and I just used to come home weekend. But then my mother ran away from the person to get away because it was too much. So since then, I've been taking care of myself, providing, cooking, cleaning, all of the things. But it never broke me. Unbreakable. All right, so let me continue now. So as me say, been through some challenges as a young person, and that's what made me unbreakable, because I was on my own as a little girl in New York City. Anything, I could have been on drugs, I could have been kidnapped, any number of things could have happened to me, but the Most High always protect me and keep me safe, you know, and so for that I'm so grateful. And at the end of the day, no matter what you go through, you might face challenges, you might face struggles, but as long as you do not give up on yourself, there's always hope for the future. It can always get better. sometimes things are bad, but they can always get better, you know? So you have to just hold the faith and know that the Most High has a plan. You know, sometimes it makes no sense to you and you're saying, why am I going through this and why am I going through that? There's a plan. Just try to stay calm and hold the faith, you know?
And your music uniquely blends reggae, hip-hop, and dancehall. How do you approach integrating these different genres to create your signature sound?
Like I said, growing up in Brooklyn, we have a lot of different influences. So, you know, we have the hip-hop, we have the reggae, we have the dancehall. I grew up going to Jamaica since I was 8 years old. And we went to the street parties as kids, Pasa Pasa and those parties. We went to Pasa Pasa. We went to all these concerts. I seen the Abyssinians, and I grew up with Kid Asai from Rockers, you know. Original Rockers, that's my family, that's my uncle. Not by blood, but he raised us, you know what I mean? We there. These people been there for us and been showing us the love. So it's natural for us to do roots and culture because we love roots and culture. We love roots and culture. We never gotta go stop making roots and culture music, and it's needed. Roots and culture is like a genre that it needs replenishment. It needs new people. It needs new vibes. It needs, you know what I mean, for us to keep pumping that energy because it's the only music of upliftment and, you know, of resistance. And it's very important culturally for us and for the youths, you know what I mean? So we have to keep it up. We have to keep the vibes up. But I also like to have a good time. I like to party. You know, I realize that life is about balance. You know, balance. And every day is not the same. You know, one day is sunshine, one day is rain. You know, one day is feast, one day is famine. So music can speak to your different emotions depending on how you're feeling today. You might be happy and want to hear a certain kind of sound, and another day you might be feeling upset and you want to hear something else, and that's okay. You know what I mean? So I think that I just reflect that in my music. The music that I love, I just try to, you know, create something that I can share back the same kind of vibes, but it's for different vibes. You know, it's not just all one way, because life is not really like that. It's not like just all one way all the time, you know? So I'm getting a little bit more mature. I feel like when I started doing my music, it was mostly just all roots and culture music. But now I'm being a little bit more true to myself in a way, and what I like and my interests. And so I've been experimenting with different kinds of stuff, and I love it. You know, it's really fun for me, so I have a great time.
You're not only a musician, but you're a designer and a promoter. How do you balance these roles, and how does fashion influence your music?
Yes, I also have a clothing line. So my clothing line is also called Tuff Like Iron. Tuff Like Iron clothing. I started it when I was 18 years old. I started doing crochet hats, which I still have. We have some here at the festival too. We have t-shirts and different kinds of crochet dresses and outfits and stuff like that. And it's always been about image, you know, and style. It's a reflection of who we are. It's a reflection of, you know, our vibes and stuff. So even this little top I have on, it's from my line. If you look, it's actually irons. The camouflage is made out of iron anvils. You know, it's not a regular camouflage, it's an iron camo, you know? So we just always had an image. I don't know why. People just always been drawn to me since I was a youth growing up. People just walk up to me and start talking to me and they're just looking at me. And so, you know, I used to try to do modeling when I was younger. Never really made it far with that. But I know that I have a striking look. So the fashion goes with it, you know? And so people also used to come up to me and say, are you an artist? Are you one of the Marleys? And ask me all these questions all the time. So I was like, maybe these people are onto something, you know? So let me try to create a musical presentation as well, because I love music. I love listening to music, making music, playing music. You know, I'm also a part of a DJ team. So I also am an MC on the sound. So we do selecting, we do MCing. I'm actually going to be at Long Beach Park Jam tomorrow with my DJ, Callie Madden. We're gonna be playing over there. So I love the culture. Anything about bigging up our culture and doing more to spread our culture and uplift our culture, I'm about that. So that includes, it's a lifestyle, you know what I mean? So that includes the fashion, that includes the music, that includes the food, that includes just the vibration and the experience and the whole ambience of everything that we do, you know? Oh wait, but with the food, as we said, the food, we have to big up who a Vegan Kitchen, my son. So look forward to some experiences that we want to curate with his food, with music, with fashion, because it's all about the experience, you know? So look out for that. And Aya's vegan cookbook is coming out soon this summer. So stay tuned, because it's going to be available for purchase very soon.
How did COVID impact your music career, and what adjustments did you make to continue connecting with your audience?
Well, it was, during COVID, it was rough that we couldn't travel and go to different places to see people. You know, we didn't have shows, but we did stuff on live. I did actually a launch for my last album that was called Elemental, that came out in 2020 during COVID. And we did a live performance with the band that we did on Instagram Live at the time, because we couldn't do a live event, you know. We couldn't do an in-person event, so we did it on live. And other than that, I also started getting into the NFT world and learning about cryptocurrency and you know, collecting some cryptocurrency and creating some NFTs. I've got some music, and so, you know, reggae. I'm one of the first people to make reggae music NFTs, where you can purchase the song that comes with different extras and unlockables that are only, you know, available to the NFT owners. So we started doing that also in the COVID. And right now, we re-released one of the songs on the regular platform, so that's All Time High. That's on the the album, on all the platforms, and it's on the Unbreakable album, featuring Evie Pukapu. So big ups to Pukapu anywhere. My big actor friend, you know, my big international star actor friend, you know, you're large. We're at an all-time high at Reggae on the River, you know what I'm saying? That song itself is about weed, but also love and cryptocurrency. It's about collecting a stock or a project or an asset and the price of it going to a new level. So that's actually a financial term, all-time high. So I said, all-time high, I like that, because I'm high too, you know what I mean? And just say yes. So we put that video out for 420, and it's really nice. So, you know, just everybody check it out with me and Pukapu. It's on YouTube and on my website as well.
Based on your journey, what advice would you give a young artist trying to break it into the music industry right now?
Well, right now, to all the young artists and all the artists, it's all about the content. You have to make a lot of content that's engaging and connect with your audience. I think we're moving away from big labels and even streaming. I don't really think streaming works for independent artists or small artists. If you're not Drake, you're not getting a piece of the cake. Okay, so it's all about going direct to customer and selling the product directly to the people who support you and creating a network of super fans. And if you have 50 people or 100 people who really support you and are in tune with what you're doing, and that makes way more money than streaming, you know? Even with my album, it's available for purchase on my website for direct download, so that fund goes to me directly. It doesn't get split up between different companies and different, you know, middlemen and stuff like that. And it goes to me directly, instantly. I don't have to wait 6 to 9 months to get 0.004 cents. So it's cool to listen to the stuff on the streaming platforms because I know it's convenient. But I think that it's the best thing you can do for Tuff Like Iron and for independent artists is to support them directly. So whether it be a CD or a digital download or merchandise or anything that we can do directly to support them, we have to do that because we need to keep the arts alive. We got to keep the culture alive. We got to keep roots and culture moving forward. And you know what I mean? This is how we do it, by supporting the artists directly. So that's my advice. My final thoughts are stay tough. stuff and you can do it, just do it. You know what I mean? Just do it like Nike. All right, I yawn.